This week's reflections focus on faithfulness. Christ's faithfulness to Peter when he is in a very low time in his life. We have a second pattern of 3 in Peter's life. Christ's faithfulness enables him to be pulled through, because Jesus says to him, "Do you love me? Do you love me more than these?" Peter responds, and Jesus asks him again to follow him, reshaping his vocation and ministry so that he is to feed the sheep, not just fish for people. Christ's faithfulness pulls Peter through and enables him to be restored and to recover. He is the resilient disciple, stronger, wiser, more compassionate, as we will see in time. What are the factors that enable us to grow in resilience in our discipleship? The psalmist in Psalm 23 speaks of the rod and the staff of the shepherd bringing comfort. The rod and the staff, they prod, they protect, they hoik us back, they prompt. Christ's faithfulness to Peter and Christ's faithfulness to us doesn't leave us being passive. It's an active process of holding us, of drawing us forward, of enabling us to know that there are the next steps in following him to come. Jesus manages Peter so well. He's a broken man, and Jesus holds him and without loss of face enables him to recommit himself to following him and to being able to stand firm again into a new life. This bowl was once broken and is mended with gold. It had to be held firmly but carefully as Jesus held Peter. And in doing so, the gold is treasured, is remembered, is viewed as something beautiful. And the bowl can be used again, just as Peter, just as we are used again as we come through some of the downs of life and into a new phase. Jacob Epstein created a sculpture of the angel and Jacob wrestling. Jacob was just about to visit his brother, his twin brother, who he had wronged, and he struggled with the angel, struggled for blessing, and found that God's faithfulness meant though he was marked, the break of day brought blessing, a new name, and a future. Christ held Peter, just like the angel holds Jacob in the sculpture. So you can't see whether it's a struggle and a fight, a vice-like grip, or an embrace. Christ holds Peter, and Peter again at the break of day comes into a new chapter of life. He has to accept what has happened, and he has to follow Jesus despite not knowing what will happen to him. He wants to know what will happen to the beloved disciple, and Jesus says, "That's not for you. Your task is to follow me." And if each of us, whatever happens, we need to follow the path step by step where Christ leads us. It's not a maze where we are blocked, but a labyrinth perhaps, where we travel deeper into ourselves, deeper into lives of prayer, of compassion, of wisdom, but we continue to follow Christ in the centre and Christ in the world. The prayer for this week is from morning prayer, from common worship. O God, the author of peace and lover of concord, to know you is eternal life. To serve you is perfect freedom. Defend us, your servants, from all assaults of our enemies, that we, surely trusting in your defence, may not fear the power of any adversaries. Through Jesus Christ our Lord.